Hey everybody, it's Carolyn and Capone, and welcome back to our RV life. I'm holding him on my lap, and as soon as I let go, he's gonna go. All right, I wanted to give you guys, sorry about that, this is gonna be rough. I wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on in my RV life. Okay, so it's Tuesday the 10th, so I'm shooting this right now, and then I'm gonna upload it on my phone. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm going to give you an update on what's going on with the transmission, and I have some exciting news about, I have decided on a name for us, the transmission. Okay, so when I came in here, I had a brake issue and a transmission issue. I have been here for 8 days. They finally really started working on it today. It's a busy shop. They didn't have room to lift me up to look at the brakes, and they were waiting on a part for the transmission. So they looked at the brakes today. I thought it was the rear brakes because that's what the first shop told me. So they tore apart the rear brakes. The good news is, he said the master cylinder is fine. It does not need a new master cylinder. It needed a new spring, and there was a leak in something that was leaking brake fluid. So he fixed that. He came in and told me that it was fixed. And he said, and I'm like, well, what about the rotors? He's like, the rotors are fine. What are you talking about? I'm like, the rotors can't be fine. I heard metal on metal. And he said, you shouldn't have heard metal on metal. I was like, I heard metal on metal. And he's like, but you told me the front brakes were just done. And I'm like, they were. So he had inspected the front brakes from the outside, and they looked fine, but he put it up on the lift again and looked closer from the inside. I snapped a brake pad in half. He said, I'm kind of lucky to be alive. If that had gone on a windy or steep road, it could have been a bad accident. So I looked at it, and the brake pad just snapped, and my rotors are shot. So he had to order new parts. The front brakes completely need to be redone, new pads, new rotors, new calipers. So we're gonna get that done tomorrow. On Monday, he came in and he said, I had a dream. I don't know. He said he had a dream about he was dreaming about my motorhome. Actually, it's caused a lot of people a lot of nightmares, which is kind of funny. Anyway, when he pulled the pan from the transmission on Friday, it perplexed him a little bit because it looked clean, which I guess it shouldn't have if the transmission was having problems. It's also not returning any codes. So he was a little perplexed about what the problem was because it's obviously not shifting correctly. So over the weekend, it came to him a couple of issues. Number one was a speed sensor that he said should have been replaced the first time that wasn't, and another part. So we've been waiting on for 2 days on those parts. They came today. He put them on the transmission tonight, but they can't test drive it because the brake is that bad. They don't want to test drive it. So I'm waiting for the parts to come in for the front brakes, for them to test drive it tomorrow to see if it worked, okay? So far, I do not need another rebuild on the transmission. He really thinks that these two parts are going to solve the problem. Please, please to you, all of you, think happy thoughts that I get out of here tomorrow, that I will be sprung from this place that actually hasn't been that bad. Once I'm gone, I don't like disclosing my location until I'm gone. Once I'm gone, I'm shooting an interview with him. I'm going to give him a big shout out. He's been pretty awesome. All right, so that's the update on Matilda, and hopefully I'll be out of here soon. The second thing is I have decided on a name for us. Okay, all of you wonderful people gave me a ton of great ideas. Seriously, it got really, really hard for me to decide. But when all was said and done, I had to choose something that, number one, felt right to me when I'm speaking. And I would go on my walks and practice them. And I thought, hey, free spirits, hey, tumbleweeds, nomads, I'm sorry, I love it, but it's so overused. And I'm a marketer. I'm about being unique, and I'm about being not generic. You know, if you know anything about me by now, my life is not boring. And I thought nomads just felt a little boring. Same with friends. Yeah, you are my friends, but that's kind of boring. I just, I'm sorry, no offense. However, I took that into consideration. We don't want to be labeled. We don't want to be put in a box. And nomad, gypsy, all of those words don't necessarily fit everybody. One of my favorite words that I use for people is you're a friendly. You're a friendly, meaning you're a friendly person. And that came to me the other night. I'm laying in bed and I was like, friendly, they're my friendlies. And I got jumped out of bed and wrote it down just in case I forgot. You're my friendlies. I love it. I mean, that's kind of my word because I use it. And a lot of you said, why can't we just be friends? So I think friendlies is the perfect solution, don't you? Special shout out, first of all, to all of you who gave me wonderful ideas. Tumbleweed, Carolyn's Caponites, and Carolyn's crew. And I mean, there were just so many wonderful ideas. And I really thought I was gonna have a really hard time deciding. And I was actually, I had a long list until my own word just kind of came to me. But I wanna give a special shout out to Loving Atlanta. Girl, you inspire me. You challenged me in a healthy and a respectful way and a loving way to consider what I was doing and to really take a look at myself and just to really take a look at myself and question myself. So I really appreciate that. You are what inspired me to come up with Friendlies, and you're right. I don't want to put anybody in a box. I don't want to label anybody. So I just want to say, Loving Atlanta, I really appreciate how kind and loving you were in challenging me and telling me that you didn't agree with me. Not everybody here has to agree with me, and you did it with love and kindness and compassion, and I just want to thank you for that. So thanks to you and everybody else, we now have a community of friendlies. What do you think? I think it fits us. Most of us are friendlies, and the ones who aren't, I'm deleting. I'm not even putting up with them anymore. So that's it. Goodbye, my friendlies. I will see you all soon. Hopefully the next time you see me, I will be on the road. Hopefully. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, my friendlies.